So what I want to do in this video is I want to prove a theory that the issues and pull requests are pulling from the same number pool in terms of when they're incrementing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to our GitHub examples repo, and I want to create a new issue and make note of the number that is used. So we're going to go here and I'm just going to say create a new issue, okay? And we'll create this, and notice that we have the number 7, okay? So we have the number 7. So the question is, if we were to use a new pull request, create a new pull request, what would we get? So I'm gonna make a new pull request, and I technically have some code that I can merge in. If you don't, then you'll have to make some, but I'm gonna go ahead and create this new pull request, and this will be Andrew Brown into the example repo. I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom, or maybe all the way to the top, sorry. And we're gonna go ahead and create that new pull request and just say more changes, okay? And let's make note of the number. The number here is 5. If we go over to issues, the last one that we created in our, the pull request over here is 5. Okay, so that didn't make for a very good example because it went the other way. So what I'll need to do is I want to delete this pull request. This one's kind of useless. We'll close that. And what I actually need is I need some kind of change in this repo to go the other way. All right, because I need to see if that other number is going to increment. We'll go back to this main repo. And remember, we created this issue. This issue number was 7. And so I want to see what the next PR in here is going to be. We did just close this one, but maybe we need a PR for just something locally, not something across forks, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to code, and I'm going to go to branches, and I need to just move over to another branch. We have some junk branches here. I'm just going to go ahead and delete them, okay? And I'll even get rid of this one here. We don't need that. I'm going to give this a refresh. And so now what I want to do is create a new branch. I'm just going to just say number test. And so this will be off of main. And then what we can do is go over to our code. And I just need to make some kind of change. So I'll switch over to number test. And what I want to do here is I want to just change something. So I'm going to go into our Git crash course, go into our hello, and I'm going to go edit this file. We'll add another exclamation mark. We'll commit those changes. And so now we have a reason to make a pull request. We'll make a new pull request. And this one, I just want it to be in the current repo. I don't want to go somewhere else. So very straightforward here to there. And let's make note of the number that is used. So here it's using the number 8. So I want to show you, this is 7 and this is 8. So they are indeed pulling from the same number pool. So just so you know, like you might expect clean numbers as you're going up with your issues and you're like, what happened to this number? Is it an unlucky number? Did GitHub get rid of it? No, it's probably over in your pull request. Okay. We can also link pull requests. We'll probably do this later again, but you can link your issues to your pull requests. If you go to development here on the right-hand side, you can just click here and associate this way. So I can go here and then choose a pull request. It's not showing up for some reason. Do we not have a pull request over here? We do. It's right here. Yeah. Go back over here, development. Oh, did I click I clicked the wrong repo. That's why. And so I can choose this one here and we'll apply it. And so now this is linked to that there, and it shows the link there as well. You might be able to link them up here as well. I'm not exactly sure. So what I'm going to do, I just want to unlink that for a second. Okay, and I want to see what happens if we were to go and update this and then put in, like it says closes 8, right? And we do this. Would this link it? I mean, we have 8 here. It's showing there. Okay, and link a pull request that it now is closed. So did it just do that? I'm not 100% sure. Did it do that? I'm going to go ahead and just delete this for a second. Edit, update, because I can't tell. But that's what I want to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to delete this issue. Okay. And I want to see if that takes any kind of effect. So we'll make a new one. We'll just say cool issue. And it'll say closes #8. Okay, and I just want to see if it's linked in any way. So it doesn't look like it's linking in any way there, but it could be that a particular commit could close a ticket for sure. But I thought something with pull requests would happen here. Well, anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to edit this to say my cool issue. And what I want to do is I want to see if when we close this pull request, when we close this pull request, will it close this ticket? Okay, so I'll link a pull request now that will close this ticket. So we'll go over here, and I'm going to go here, and I want to merge and pull and confirm. Now, we could just close it, but I don't think that's the same thing. So I'm going to go over to our issue, and I think our issue's now been closed. So it was closed when we closed that pull request. Another thing we should check is using keywords. There's a thing called keywords issues, I think. It could also be in PRs, GitHub. Using keywords in issues and pull requests, suggesting that it could be used for either or. So to link a pull request to an issue, show the fix automatically closes. When someone merges the pull request, type one of the following keywords followed by a reference to issue. So close the issue when someone merges the pull request. Okay, so that's something we could try doing when someone merges the pull request. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reopen this issue. And by the way, just because we have a pull request doesn't mean we can't push to it again. But like you can use a pull request and push. Well, we'll talk about that when we get in the pull request section. I don't want to confuse anybody here. So I'm going to go back over to here. I'm going to switch back to number test. And we're going to go into Git Crash Course. And we're going to go into hello. We're going to edit. I guess it's already here. Wait, can we just edit it right there? No. Edit. Another exclamation mark. Commit the changes. Commit it. Good. We're going to go over to pull request. Make a new pull request. And keep it real simple. We want to go to this, keep in the same repo. And we want this to be number test. We'll create that pull request. And I mean, I want this to close. But it says when we merge here, it says to link a pull request to an issue, show that the fix is in progress or automatically closes the issue when someone merges. So I'm going to say fixes, and we're going to put a pound here. This will be cool issue. That's our new one. And I want to see if that links it in any weird way. It's not weird, but in some way. So I'm going to go back over to my issues. We'll take a look here. And notice it says link a pull request now that will close this issue. So, you know, it was saying that it had to be at the time of merge, but does it really? Because it looks like it just has to be somewhere in the comment here to link it. So it links pull request to issue, but not the other way around, right? So it has to be in that direction, okay? So I think that's really important to note. The other thing is that the exam will probably ask you to remember these words. Notice we have close, fix, resolve. Close, fix, resolve. If you can remember that, then you'll be able to pick it out in a list, because they might show like just closes and then fixed and then resolves and try to mess with your mind. But I understand those three there, but hopefully that gives you a little bit more information about issues. Very obvious things. You can assign people to an issue. You can apply labels to an issue if you want. You can associate to a project. You can associate to a milestone. And we saw that it can be part of a branch and a pull request. All pretty clear stuff. We can pin issues. I'm sure we'll talk about that later on, but if I pin it, it will then go to the top here. If I go back over to my issues, here it is. A few other things is the sorting stuff here. You really should know how to filter with some of these options here. And I'm going to just tell you on the exam, they said, hey, how do you filter issues? Like, what options do you have to filter? And they gave you a list and you had to pick from them. I really didn't like that. I thought it was kind of a dirty question, but that was something you might have to answer. You might have to know this query language a little bit. So just understand that those might show up on the exam. But definitely linking is something that will show up in the exam for sure. And creating a branch, okay? So hopefully that gives you a better idea of issues there. All right, ciao.